welcome to the Total Clarity Podcast. I'm Mike Varley.
I'm Jessie Hyatt.
And we're here with our second episode, and we are doubling the complexity because we're having our first guest on today. You notice the headphones. We're doing a remote guest for obvious COVID reasons, so we're really multiplying the challenge of technical error potential. But I hope that we're going to do a great job, and we're going to be very entertaining. Jessie, do you want to tell us who our guest is?
I do, yeah. So today we have Sophie Hayes. Sophie is our longtime friend. She is a young woman born in the UK, raised in the Midwest, who now resides in Brooklyn. She's a freelance photo retoucher who enjoys getting into costume, spending time in the wilderness, and balancing an unreasonable amount of hobbies. But her top interest is, of course, her cat, Basil. And we're so excited to have Sophie with us. Hi, Sophie.
Sophie Hayes.
Hello.
Welcome.
What a nice introduction.
Of course. We aim to have nothing but the best for our guests.
And it's true. I liked reading that introduction because I know all those things to be true about you. I've watched you get into costume in the wilderness, even.
Yeah, they're not exclusive.
So we should really start at the top. We've had a very exciting day today in Friendland, and your story might be one of the more exciting ones of the day. So tell us. Yeah.
Wow. Well, yes. So our good friends, Tim and Jessie, were expecting to have a baby tomorrow. And I had offered to drive them to the hospital because I have a car. And, I didn't really want Tim driving while Jessie is going into labor. So,
Totally.
Yeah, I was woken up this morning at 8:30 by a phone call from Tim saying that, it's not happening yet, but basically she was going into pre-labor and, once her contractions got a little bit closer together, it's go time.
Yeah.
So, I basically jumped out of bed and was like, oh my God, okay, what do I do? What do I do? And, I got dressed and I wiped down all the inside of the car and made sure the gas tank was full, just making sure there was no mishaps. And I actually cause our car is a few blocks away, I was hoping to bring it closer. So but it's still New York City, couldn't find a parking spot. So
Oh, no.
ended up just driving around the block 3 times and taking it back to the car park. But yeah, and at, let's see, I guess it was around 10 a.m. I got a second phone call saying it's time. This baby is coming.
Wow.
And yeah, so went and picked him up. It was only a 15-minute drive to the hospital, and
What hospital were they at again?
oh, I think it's maybe New York Presbyterian. It was in Lower Manhattan. Yeah, so we got to drive over the Brooklyn Bridge, which was exciting.
Right, because for anyone that might be watching this that doesn't know you, you're in Williamsburg, they're in Williamsburg. Yes. So close by, and then just right over the bridge.
Right over the bridge.
Nice.
Yeah, and then, 4 hours later, baby Isaiah was born.
Baby Isaiah.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's been a very exciting day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you had such a hand in making this happen.
Yeah, I mean,
that's great.
Yeah, I feel very grateful that I'm able to be there and give them anything they need. I know it's a really tough time because obviously their family can't really come, and very selfishly, I've been a little upset that we haven't really gotten to go through the pregnancy with her as much as I, had expected. But so, it feels good to be able to contribute. Totally.
Was there a lot of congestion around the hospital? What was it like there? Quiet or?
It was pretty quiet. There was really no traffic until we got of course a block away from the hospital, and Jessie's I'm just well, please don't have the baby yet. But there was some men outside doing construction. I don't know, this car pulled over in front of me and like had stopped to talk to them. And I'm like honking my horn, like, we are having a baby. Get out of my way. You know, they eventually pulled over and it was okay. But.
Did you yell and tell them that? Because that seems like such a scene from a New York movie or something.
I didn't yell, but I did honk very vigorously, which I never do.
Right.
That's great.
What was the mood in the car? Were you feeling frantic or excited or both or nervous or just or calm or
Yeah, I thought that it was really cute actually. You know, Jessie, I'm sure like I don't know what contractions feel like. I believe that they're painful. But you know, she had a very zen like face the whole time, you know, like her eyes were closed and she was just sort of like, you know, and like when the contractions would come on, you know, that it was obvious that she was in pain, but Tim was like talking her through it and like, you know, helping her remember the breathing and everything and being like, you know, we're almost there. Like, we just have to get through this one and then we're at the hospital. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it felt like frantic. I don't know. I was definitely excited and like, I was just like, just get them there.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I was like, they're having this really nice moment. Like, I don't know. I actually kind of like weirdly felt like I'm imagining myself as like a taxi driver or like an Uber driver or something. Cause like they're both in the back and I'm like, I don't know like how much to talk to them in this moment. Like, you know, just focus on the road and get everyone there safely.
Right. Well, you did your job really well.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. It makes me think that maybe it almost seems like that could be a rideshare like variant, you know, like people that are just dedicated to getting pregnancies to the hospital.
Totally.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I would have done if like there was really bad traffic or like if she really like was going into labor, like what sort of like adrenaline kicks in.
Right.
Where like my driving style changes completely. I don't.
Right.
So I honestly was very grateful that I didn't have to like swerve around anyone or like, you know, go on a curb or anything.
Yeah. I'm sure
I ran one red light.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That proves that you love them.
Yeah. You know, it was towards the end and I was kind of like, there's no one here. Like, I can go, right? And Tim's like, I think you can go. And I was like, I'm going. But then the construction thing happened and I was like, oh no.
Well, cheers to the Hedler family and baby Isaiah.
Cheers.
A new life in the world. It's fantastic.
Cheers.
Tink.
Tink.